Hey guys, quick video on single note playing, both in the tongue block and in the pucker embouchure. What I did when I first started was I went for the obvious. I went for the one hole. Okay, it's at the end. There's really only one other side you have to be worried about. And it's not going to be your quote-unquote base of operations, so to speak, as the two-hole draw will be. But what we're talking about here is single notes. So what I did was when I first started, I would take, with pucker, I started with pucker, and then tongue block has kind of found its way into my playing by necessity. And I'm sure that as you play longer, you're going to find that too. It's just one of those things. You're trying to play William Clark, or you're trying to, run some George Harmonica Smith, or you even get into chromatic at any level, and you're going to find that it's a necessity. So I found it beneficial to start out on one, but also work the other one in. And you work the other one in the same way you did the first embouchure. So the one draw, or the one blow rather. Some I've seen videos that say, or videos or material or whatever that say to do this, where you put your finger over the two holes. I've read this, and it's supposed to be helpful, and maybe for some people it would be. I don't know. That was not something that really did. I had to kind of work my way past my fingers, and then you're still making those adjustments. What I found was to use this piece of wood, or this piece of the comb, as kind of a guide, and then work yourself into the one. Now, if you notice, what I'm doing is I'm nestling. Okay, the harmonica is not staying still. It's moving until I get that right. You're breathing, but this has to be in the right angle. It has to be in the right, it has to be oriented the right way in order for that air chamber, for that airstream to flow through it properly. And also, your embouchure has to either be tighter or more open in order to make that note sound properly. All of this right here confused the crap out of me. It's a great, if you've used it and it's worked, and I'm sure it's worked for others, because quite frankly it wouldn't be around if it didn't, to some degree. But what I found was just find that one note, the one, and you don't have to do this on the one draw or one blow, by the way. Find any note on the harmonica and apply this principle of tightening or now. I didn't have to move at all. Once I found the tone that I was looking for, or the note that I was looking for, no movement. Everything was good. All right. So I'm going to go after the two. Let's see what happens. Hear that? I hear the three. The three's getting involved. So if I do that again. So what I'm doing is I'm bringing everything in, and you're going to isolate that tone. Once you isolate that tone, then you can relax a little bit and mess around with it a little bit and find out where the sweet spot is in your face. I hate to say it, it sounds weird, but you'll figure out where it no longer takes effort to hold that note. See, I could put it up there and do it in my sleep, and a lot of that is because of the fact that I've worked that in to the point to where it's just like, you instantly, it becomes second nature. These are the little things that you have to do to work your way into that. Now, the next thing is the major. When I first started with single notes, I worked a lot on major scales, and on the major scale, and on a lot of the folk songs, Shenandoah. So stuff like that really will force you to learn those single notes. And you can hear some clams. It's mostly because I'm rushing and it's Memorial Day and I had a couple. I don't like to drink when I play. I hate it. And I didn't like it when I was playing as a professional bass player. I've never gone on stage. I don't know, it's one of those things, I don't like to drink when I play. But I'm doing it because I love to play. So, anyway, happy Memorial Day to all you guys, and thanks to all you veterans out there, by the way. You are my brothers, and we all served. So, now that I'm done with that little piece, I'm going to get back to this and make sure that we cover everything in a short amount of time. I tend to ramble. Okay, so I did the Shenandoah. There's a ton of them. I mean, you could pick up any kind of the music books that are out there are going to be based on the C major scale. All of those little songs are based off of the major scale, and they do that for a reason, so that you can learn that scale in a more melodic way. The major scale is the 4-blow to the 7-blow. So 4-blow, 4-draw, 5-blow, 5-draw, 6-blow, 6-draw, 7-draw, 7-blow. That is your major scale. So what I did, even after I'd been playing a while, what happens is we get so into this whole thing where we're trying to learn all these techniques and all this stuff that we kind of forget how important it is to be able to be fluid from with your single notes from one to the other. So once you have a good single note, what you want to do is you'll just take it to the next one. So say I go from the one blow, and I want to move to the 2. Now, I did that because I've been doing this a while, fairly easy, but I remember what it was like when I first started. It wasn't so easy. If you hold the embouchure and just move the harmonica until you can hear the note, and then make minor adjustments in or out. Okay? Once you are able to make those good, clean single notes, then what you're going to do is you're going to work the harp more into your mouth a little bit to get a deeper tone. If you do one of these like that, you ain't gonna get crap. So what you have to do is you have to be able to open your embouchure. Singers, when you're taught to sing, you're taught to open everything up, and it comes from down here, right in the diaphragm. And dropping the chin. So in the lower registers, it is very, very important to remember to drop your chin, allowing for your embouchure to open. So once you got the point to where that is isolated, listen to the difference. A I'm opening the air chamber to make that note more, and it works the same way with tongue blocking. All right, and then eventually, if you get to the point, when you get to the point, because you will, where you're tongue blocking, you need to learn. I've found you learn tongue blocking the same way you do the pucker embouchure, and don't be afraid of it, because pretty much everything that you can do in the pucker embouchure, you can do tongue blocking as well. There are some guys out there that are doing some pretty amazing things in that top register I can't do yet. Mitch Kashmar is one of them. Sugar Blue, he's another one with the tongue blocking. All right, but what I did was I started to work on the bending and all that kind of crap. But for first initial thing, a good person to turn to for tongue blocking and learning single notes and understanding how that is David Barrett. Check him out. His website. What is it? I can never remember this man's website, but I've got it on my favorites. Bluesharmonica.com, is it? David Barrett. Check. It's Barrett. That's where I got my start with the tongue blocking. I was really confused about that when I first started. Essentially, all you're doing is you're blocking the first 3 holes, and you're going to play out of the 4th hole out of the right side of your mouth. So once you get to the point where you can do that, and I found doing this helped. So if you find the holes, right? That's not to say that once you find the hole, you're not going to have to make some minor adjustments to get that tone. And it might even help if you play it pucker first to get it in your head, hear the tone, and then if it starts bleeding and starts going crazy, stop, play the note again until you can single it out, and then start again. That allowed me to feel the first 3 holes, tilt the harmonica into my mouth, and that way I was able to make the minor adjustments I needed to get that 4-hole blow out of the right side of my mouth. And what you want to do is I found it more beneficial to kind of press a little bit, push the harmonica in. You want a good seal over here. If you once you get that, then you're going to tongue block. All right, so that's a tongue blocked major scale, starting on the 4 blow. You're feeling your way around. Basically, I know this sounds ridiculous, but you have to kind of make those minor adjustments until the note closes in. Okay? That's really all I'm going to cover right now with this. It's already a little longer than I had planned it to be, but I hope this helps, and I hope it's not as long-winded as the first video I did on a similar topic. And if you guys have questions, please let me know, okay?